Since I'm start recording, once more, good afternoon to everyone. This is actually a second practical lecture on the introduction to the geographical information system and especially ArcGIS. In a previous session, in a previous lecture, I try to cover all the fundamental theory and brief information about the overall concept of the GIS, and today it is actually new part of our lecture, which is we are going to do some hand-on experience and learn about the program environment, especially a user interface, and I will give you information about it, and we are planning to have some example and also try to recover those things that we learned during the introduction lecture or in a previous lecture. If you miss any information about that part, or if you miss that lecture, I highly recommend you to go to our YouTube channel. You are able to find the lecture. So I'm going to share my screen. So I'm coming here. As I told you, we have a staff web page. You need to just very easily go to staff.emu.edu/tr, and after you need to find my name. There's a directory of the staff name here. You are able to find me under the K. Here I am, and you find me my name Kamyar Fuladlu over there. And under the teaching, the first one is our course Arch 383. This is our course outline, the things that we need during this let's say course. We need one WinRAR. I put it for you here. You are able to download it and install it. Of course, if you have it already in your computer, you don't need to do it again. Another things, we have a S3 ArcGIS desktop program version 10.2. Of course, the latest version are acceptable. If you find it from any other source, internet or etc., you are able to use that one as well. And for a technical support, we are going to use AnyDesk, which is a free program and it is a free license. You are able to open it and it gave you a code, and with this code I will be able to connect to your computer and provide you a technical let's say help or a technical support to you. We have a few examples here, and we are trying to cover all this example during this course. So after you install the program ArcGIS, the ArcGIS actually I'm going to show you, you will have a main directory of the ArcGIS. ArcGIS is a commercial software which is developed and offered by a S3 or S3 GIS. If you install it, you have a art catalog, you have a desktop help or user manual, you have an administrator, document, defragment, you have some desktop resource center, Arc Global, ArcMap, ArcSense, the Python or Python application process interface. We have some license manager reference guideline. We have a license server administration. We have some Moodle docs that you are able to generate some, let's say, toolbox. We have a MXD inspector, which is mainly related to the file that have damage by a process, so you are able to manage them. And inspector, again, we have a Python command line and Python user manual. Among all of these, during this course, during this, let's say, semester, in the summer semester, we are mainly deal with the ArcMap, and partially we deal with the Arch Sense, and also we are going to look on the Arch catalog. Actually, Arch catalog integrated within ArcScene and ArcMap since version 10. Before it was separate, but nowadays it is integrated. So we are actually looking for these three. But here right now I'm going to open with ArcMap to see one of the general things related to the user interface of the ArcMap. It's always take a few moments up to load, up to find the required license and application, then it will be pop up, and yeah, here we are, it's loaded almost. If this takes time in your computer, don't worry, because the ArcGIS or ArcMap, the 10.2 version is a COM architecture, which is based on the 32-bit. So that's why it is a bit slowly. But since a few years ago, S3 developed ArcGIS Pro, which is based on a .NET architecture and support 64-bit and also the more RAM. So that's why it is too much quick and fast. However, you need to purchase the license of it. It is almost it's expensive platform. However, the ArcMap or not the Pro one, this version, you are able to find it easily, but it is not support .NET framework and perhaps 64-bit system, and no more than 4 GB memory can be supported by this system. It doesn't matter you have a 32 GB memory card, it's just able to use 4 GB of it. So as you can see, as soon as we open the program, you'll get some ArcMap started. It's able to provide you a very blank map. This is your, let's say, main repository or directory, which is located inside your username under the app data. This is all template and all preference saved in this location. And this is also your main geodatabase, which is again under your username and under the document ArcGIS default geodatabase. So especially later on when we are looking for a project, are going to do some project, most of the process will be saved in this data set. So please be aware about it. We have some existing map, some of the things that each user implement or do within the local. So they are, most of them, saved here. But since this is a fresh experience, nothing be here at the moment. Same thing for the template. If you do some template, if you create some template, you are able to find them your own templates. And there are some bunch of size and paper size according to the different standard, such as A3 or other standard of the let's say paper size. And we have some traditional layout, we have some conventional landscape, military portrait, and utility. You can able to get some idea from them, and we have some ready map from the entire world, from the US and from the world. I'm just going right now, I'm going to open one of these, let's say, map. I'm going to open the, let's say, United States, this one. I'm just choose this one, hit OK, wait until it's loaded. Let's also close this one. I'm also going to get rid of this as well. And this two perhaps. Also this one. So right now this is a typical ArcMap user interface, which we are open one of the available template or map here. Let's explain very quickly the interface. As you can see, since it is based on the component architecture or COM+, it's not support the ribbon menu. So it is not support a ribbon menu like let's say Microsoft Office, like AutoCAD. It is just a simple drop-down menu. But if you use ArcGIS Pro, you are able to see those fancy ribbon menus. From here, I'm just start. We have a file, new, open, save, and save copy. I don't want to get involved with this because this is a very common feature among all programs. So we don't need to deal with this. We have a add data. I'm going to deal with this part. When you want to start to add any sort of data, you need to go through of this add data. The data, it's including raster, vector, point, and other things such as a data set or database. You can connect from here to your online account if you wish, if you have. So you are able to get some ready map from there, or even you are able to, let's say, collaborate with other available project. About the print, this is about the print. I'm not going to involve again with this thing because these are common in other program. But we have an export map, which is important for us. If we develop a map, imagine like this one, this is developed and ready. When we want to give it to the end user, we need to provide as a PDF, JPEG, or PNG, or other format. So you need to just go export, from the export menu, you are able to choose the desired format, give a resolution, pixel size, and accordingly background color, quality, give name and hit save, and then you are able to give it to the end user. This is about that part. We have also analyze map. This analyze map helps you to find the all warning or error or anything that related to the projection, scale range, and this kind of thing. You are able to find it here. For instance, here we have, it seems that we have 20 item unsolved projection. I will going to tell you what is a projection and coordinate, because we have a lecture on the coordination and projection. But just be aware, this part help you to find those unsolved issue about the map. And accordingly, we have a map document property, which it is good to complete the metadata of the map, because later it is embedded into the body of the, let's say, map, and when you give it to someone else, all the information go with this, let's say, metadata. Now, these are same thing that we explained up to now, up to here. But before anything else, I'm going to see one other important part. We have one table of content. This table of the content give you a different layout of your project. As you can see, we have three main layout here. One of them for Alaska, one of them for Hawaii, and the other for, let's say, other state of the America, United America. This is the rest of the states or other states. So we have a three layer. Under each layer, you are able to put some features. If you remember from previous lecture, we explained about three important vector feature. One of them is a point, the other one was line, and the last one was a polygon. As you can see, I'm right now see a different bunch of the feature, including a polygon, which is shown by a rectangle, line, which is drawn by a line, and point, which could be shown by anything, which is right now by a star, showing by a star. Same thing under the other layer as well. You are able also to change the view mode. As you can see here, I'm just changed some of the view mode, and this is about this. If you just lost the table of content by chance, like this, don't worry, you need to just easily go here under the window and open a table of content again. So you will have it again, table of content, or even from here, you are able to open your table of content over here. We have one canvases here, like any other program, like AutoCAD, like a Course Rhino. We have also a canvas there. But here, actually similar to AutoCAD, we have two different canvas. One is called a data view, which is here. As you can see, you are able to see the entire of the project here. This is the data view. Data view, when you want to manipulate on your project, when you want to add some feature, combine some picture or any sort of editing, you will use a data view. But if you want to give the map, or if you are finalized your job and you want to give it to the customer or end user, you need to deal with a layout view, which is the other part here. This is a layout view because you are not able to give a data view to the customer. You need to generate a nice layout and give it to the customer, look like this one. So therefore, don't forget the data view and layout view. And also from here, you are able to switch between the view. This corner provides this opportunity for you to switch between a different layout. This is about this part. Accordingly, as you can see here, let's also put it somewhere here, or maybe under this one, it's better. We are able to compare them accordingly. Right now, I am in my data view, as you can see. In a data view, we have some specific navigation tools, such as zoom in. You are able to zoom through the file. Of course, you are able to zoom back or zoom out. We have some pan, same as AutoCAD. You are able to move it right or left, down or up. We have a full extent, which is same as a zoom extent we have in a AutoCAD. If you press, it is make a screen according to your object. It is extended screen zoom according to your object. We have a fixed zoom in. The main difference between the fixed zoom in and this magnifier is the scale. If you use a fixed zoom in or out, it is going with respect to the scale. But if you use this one or this zoom magnifier, the scale, it is just something arbitrary. So we use a fixed zoom and zoom in. We have something else here. It is go to the previous extent, and of course we can go to the next one accordingly. We have some select feature. During my next presentation, I will show it what is a select, and accordingly we have a deselect feature. We have some select element, which is actually not work quite here. It is work inside the layout view. In a data view, this one is not work actually, because we do not have any, let's say, layout elements such as a scale, number, or object. These are just a feature. But we have a identity, which is work here. What is identity used for what? If you remember again in a previous session, we are explaining about that we have an attribute data and we have a spatial data, if you remember. The spatial data refer to the location of the object, but the attribute data refer to the information, metadata of the, let's say, a spatial object. So for instance, I want to just identify one of these object or feature. I'm just hit click on this one in a Colorado. Let's say Las Animas, the name of this, let's say, part, region, or neighborhood. You see, it is a bunch of information regarding to this neighborhood or this city given to us. It says that the shape is a polygon, the name of it, of course, the state in Colorado, and the state ID, the city ID, accordingly the area, the population of it in, let's say, 1990, and the population of it in 2000. Again, this is about polygon. If I'm just identify again some other thing, let's go to this red line to see what is it. This red line, it is polyline or line. It is a definitely route. The route number is I-70. The distance of it based on the kilometer and mile given accordingly here. Or I'm going to choose something else. I'm just choose this one. Let's see what is this one. It is a lake. Again, a polygon. The area of it is 320. The unit not given at the moment. The name of the lake is Lake Powell. So as you can see, we are able to identify a bunch of different attributes here. So this identify used for this purpose. Let's also go to this one. Let's see what is this one. This is state border line. As you can see, the length of it 5 point something, which is unit is not given to us again. So as you can see, bunch of different things you are able to identify here. Let's also go to identify some point. As you can see here, we have a very little point. I hope I can get it. As you can see, it is a point. It is Columbus, call it Columbus. It is in Ohio. It is a city and considered as a capital of the definitely Ohio state. And the population of this city, it is 600 something during the 1990. So as you can see, we are able to identify a bunch of the information and feature within this entire feature. Let's also identify this one. This is a very huge polygon belonging to the Canada. And for instance, this one, Mexico, this one, done. Okay, this is about the identification. We have a hyperlink actually right now, since we do not have any hyperlink at this map. That's why this is a disabled, same as to the HTML pop-up. This means that if any of our attributes have a link, imagine in, let's say, a Wyoming state or in a Nebraska, they put a municipality or governmental website there. Then if you use one of these function, program guide us to those, let's say, HTML page or web site. This is about that part. Now let's go to the measurement. We have some measurement feature here. This measurement help us to measure some distance or area. Of course, we are able to change the unit. You are able to move between different sort of units such as kilometer, hectare, acres, meter, based on the area and based on the distance. So right now I'm just changing to the kilometer because we are dealing right now with a state scale. The meter is somehow meaningless. I'm just choose a distance as a, let's say, kilometer. I just try to measure some, let's say, distance of the state Iowa, let's say the northern part. It is, according to the computer, it is something about 396 kilometer in length, or 390, almost 7 kilometer in length. So this is about the length. Of course, if I'm changing to the area, I'm able to measure some area accordingly. So it gave me a area accordingly. So this is about this part. Now let's back. We have a find. It is like other finds in a program or Control F. If you just press a find, it is provide you a, let's say, a menu or dialog to write the feature that you wish to find. So this is about the find. Actually, it is take long up to opening. If it is open. Yes, here we are. You need to just write the find, the feature, the keyword that you wish to looking for, and then which layer you want to look on it, visible layer, selectable layer, or all entire layer, and then all field. Then when you press, it is going to find. But as I said, it is time consuming. I don't want to go with it, but you are able to work with it in a home and see the output. Let's also close this ident. This is about the find route. Similar to the Google Earth, actually my find route actually is not installed in the current machine, so I'm not able to open it, but let's tell you what is the issue here. The find route help you like a Google Earth. If you give some destination from one point to the another specific point, the program start to help you, start to give some direction or route. So same thing it is going to give you and tell you from which way to which way you are able to go. Of course, you are able to give some barrier, direction of the road, and other option regarding to the program. This is about the route. This is about the XY. So imagine I have some GPS point. I want to travel to the point that I wish. For instance, I want to travel to, let's say, 95 longitude and 41 latitude. Let's say I'm able to find it or not. I'm just arbitrarily put something. Maybe let's say 47, 80. Or yeah, it is coming here. It is somewhere in ocean actually. Let's write something else. See where it is located, that one. actually it is not located anywhere. I want actually to get some points somewhere here. Again, nothing as a result. Maybe I need to change some of the unit because this unit is different than the unit that I am using right now. That's why I'm not able to find anything at the moment. Maybe it's W if I just say 45, 44. Just let's see what will be happening. Again, nothing actually. Yeah, here we are. I just changed my spatial reference to the western. So as you can see, if I put this coordinate, if I'm just flash it, it is coming something between Montana State and Wyoming. So this is a go to XY point. Of course, you are able to use a different coordinate and different unit of the coordinate. I'm again going to explain you at the coordinate and projection course what is those information. You are able to add some point such as this one. You are able to add the coordination of it or some let's say balloon or callout onto the location. And this is about this part. And also you are able to create some other view from a specific point that you wish, and you are able to change the scale of it accordingly based on the viewer that you create. So this is about this part. I'm just very quickly also go to the layout view. Just a few reminding in a layout view, because a layout view, as I said, it is different than the data view. As you can see, when I'm just switched to the layout view, it gave me this function as well. Before, these are disabled. Let's just go to the data view. In a data view, these functions are totally disabled, but when I'm just switched to the layout view, they were going to be enable this function, because if you use this function here, your map change, as you can see, the map becomes changed. But if you want to apply something on your layout, for instance, I want to zoom on my layout here. You see, without affect anything to my entire object. I don't want to scale or anything change there. So I can use the ones that's related to the layout view. Or if I use this pan, my entire layout move. However, if I use the other pan, you see my map, the map content start to move. Or if I just press extend, my map extended. However, if I use this zoom whole page, my whole page start to extend accordingly. So here you remember I said this select element work inside the layout view, not the data view. With a select element, you are able to select any object that you have, such as this one. Of course, if it is not freeze at the moment. If you select, you are able to move the object within the layout view that you have. Of course, as you can see, I am now move my layout to the somewhere else here. It is go here. My computer somehow is slow. So with use of this one, I'm able to move the different object of here. For instance, I'm able to move this Huawei Hawaii somewhere else, or this United States of America name to the somewhere else with use of this one. This is about this part of the lecture.